All right, the EKPOMA breakout, 52 protesters remanded, and the tragedy of Osagie Abraham. All right, so it says the town on edge, from kidnapping protests to a tragic shooting and 50 arrests. EKPOMA is at a breaking point. Chaos erupted in EKPOMA, Edo State this past weekend as residents and students of Ambrose Ali University took to the streets to protest a terrifying surge in kidnapping and insecurity. What began as a desperate cry for government intervention quickly turned violent. On Saturday, January 10th, protesters blocked federal highways and reportedly invaded Kara Market, seizing livestock in retaliation against those they suspect are behind the abduction. This is according to actually some educational website. But they're also saying the situation turned deadly when a soldier reportedly discharged a firearm hitting 32-year-old Osagie Abraham. The Edo State Commissioner of Police, Monday Agbonika, has since visited the victim in the hospital and ordered a full investigation into the military conduct. As of today, Monday, security agencies have arrested over 50 people in connection with looting and an attack on the palace of the Osagie of EKPOMA, while the town remains under a heavy security presence. Residents like Stella Osagie are speaking out, saying the police are failing to stop the actual kidnappers while cracking down on protesters, according to TVC News. So we're seeing a pattern across Nigeria, citizens protesting for their lives only to be met with bullets and arrest. Is this a government losing control? We've been having this discussion for a while. What is happening in Edo State? Can you go ahead, Chief, give us your analysis, sir?
Well, what exactly may be happening here? Let us give some room for dynamics in terms of logic and critical thinking right here. And what may be playing out is the fact that Nigerians, particularly at leadership level, they love democracy, but they don't like being held accountable. They love the perks of office, and they don't just want citizens to amplify, or let me say, they don't want citizens to be interested in how resources belonging to them are deployed, how resources are applied for the safety of lives and properties, and what have you. And in the particular case
Sorry, sir. I'm told to give you a context here. They said this is Esso West local government, and they're saying the Edo political climate already is heated in that area.
Yeah, East and West.
That makes sense.
It's in Edo North Senatorial District. So, you're looking at people like, what's his name? Phillips, that was deputy governor of Edo State. You're looking at other political gladiators like the sitting senator of Edo State coming from that geopolitical area, that is former governor Adams Oshiomhole. So the context here is that it should not have boiled over like this. Things shouldn't have boiled over the way things are in Edo State currently. But you see, Governor Okwebolo, instead of minding the business of governance, has done more about not knowing when the whistle stopped. When the whistle stopped on politics, instead of minding the serious business of governance and leadership, every little thing he does, he has to just trumpet it to high heavens as a way to say that, there will be 2 million votes for President Tinubu come 2027. And the people may be fatigued. They may be tired of hearing such political brinksmanship. So, when you have chased after a goat, gets to a fence or a wall, it may probably turn back and want to give you a bite or a fight for your life. Probably that is what is happening with the people of Edo. And within that axis, once you move from Okene in Kogi State, and you are making your way to Okpela, all the way through Auchi and what have you, you're talking of kidnappers then. And in a sovereign country where, when America tried to bomb out the daylight out of entrenched terrorists and bandits, people were talking and reminding the world of Nigeria's sovereignty. So this sovereignty that's been abdicated, allowing for people to be kidnapped at will and being targeted and violated at will. Where is that sovereign will now? This must be part of what was driving or stoking the anger in the people of Edo State. But we cannot hold brief for our Indians use peaceful protest instead of violence. Every form of protest that must be democratic and lawful has to be peaceful. But in this case, almost turning Bola Ahmed Tinubu to a kind of a dictator, erecting his images, billboards, proclaiming him, even before ban has been officially lifted on active politics or politicking, is annoying, it's nauseous and ludicrous. So the people are pushing back because already people may be sensing a situation in which elections that would hold in 2027 may have already been rigged by the minders of the system. And this may be an abinger, an ominous sign, a bird of omen for things to come. For everybody that has been jumping ship, thinking, oh, making Nigeria a unipolar political place. One-party system is the saving grace. Just go and embrace and kiss the royal canvas of the sitting president. Would offer you salvation and you would be voted back into office in 2027. This is a learning moment for every one of individuals operating on this model in Nigeria. There are better creative ways of trying to retain power or gain power than just using the instrument of state to run people over. And one important thing to note is that in Iran, Donald Trump is looking at the possibility of military intervention because weapons purchased with taxpayers' money are being turned against legitimate and lawful protesters. I hope Nigeria will not get to that point. In the past, it almost happened when the government of the government of Goodluck Jonathan needed some critical ammunition, and the United States will not sell to Nigeria because they weren't sure that the government will not be using it to target legitimate dissenting voices. And during EndSARS tragedy, you saw what the government of Nigeria did with soldiers and policemen, although reports also suggested that some law enforcement agents were targeted by protesters. We do not need this kind of model. Nigeria should be that shining place for everybody to see that, oh, look at the way democracy is working. Why is Ghana jumping ahead of Nigeria in global reckoning and reward system? It's because they are able to allow for some robust democratic engagement. But in Nigeria, anytime anybody raises a voice, they have to maul them down. That is not right. And so, for Okpebolo, if protesters that you now put at 53 have been arrested, make sure they have been arrested for legitimate reasons, not because of a political persecution or crackdown. And for the government that is at the center, they should understand that the government is for everybody, not just for those who will vote for you or who will not vote for you, for those who voted for you or those who did not vote for you. This must be a house that will contain everybody. After all, Bola Tinubu said, there will be several wives in a household at times, just that the mothers there bedrooms may be different. It therefore means that people should be able to accommodate each other and then jettison an attempt at reigning like octopus, the model that is being suggested in a place like River State by Yesun Wike, who so nebulous politically and say he has a rainbow coalition. When we see a true rainbow coalition, such that was what was the original idea of a rainbow coalition was in America here, which Jesse Jackson proposed when he ran for the presidency, I think around 1984. When we see a real rainbow coalition, we know what it is. This one in Rivers, or the one they are forcing all over Nigeria, may not really look like true rainbow. Thank you. Hello?
I'm here. Quick question for you, sir. I know you probably spoke to it a little bit. The 50 protesters.
You said 53.
52, yes, 52. There's multiple.
Okay, 52.
All right. So, I'm just. Are they accusing them to be looters? I mean, why arrest so many people? Because again, the students are now saying that okay, wait, you're supposed to be fighting bandits for us. There's a lot of kidnapping going on, but they're spending all these resources basically arresting people that are protesting. What gives?
I cannot agree any less. The truth of the matter is that what government should be lawfully and legitimately launching after will be the people kidnapping and making the place insecure. You would, from a montage, a video montage by, on the social media, you had a lady saying that Okpebholo, maybe during one of those moments of grammatical flunks, said that Okpebholo promised them insecurity, and truly, since he got into office, nobody has been secured in Edo State. So it should look more into that instead of just saying, "Oh, protesters." And these protesters must be held accountable. Maybe if at all they were involved in looting and violent destructions. Well, I suggest it must be done expeditiously. It must be done lawfully and constitutionally. Nobody should be denied. What's it called? Lawful protection and due process just because of exercising a constitutionally protected demonstration or protest clause. Yes, that should be embraced by every citizen. That is one good way, veritable way of making elected leaders accountable. That is it.
Okay, may God help Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, hit like, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We'll be right back. Join the conversation in the comments, please. We'll be right back.